Howdy, howdy, howdy. Okay, so I've got 45 minutes. That's it, man. 45 minutes. Knowing me, it'll be an hour. But, um, man, I got to get some progress on this. Now, you see me wearing I don't have my heater on today. Alexa's been kind of dropping the ball with my heater. And then I noticed that I had an extension plug, a little 1 foot extension plug, so the cord could reach the plug, and it started getting really hot. So I was like, "Eek!" And then I took the extension plug out, and I noticed that the plug is really hot. The burn, like you see some outlets with little burn things around them. That made me a little nervous, so I didn't turn it on today. So. Okay, so now it appears maybe my heater's dead. I can't even turn it on now. It won't even. It won't respond to my even flipping the switch manually. So I may have done something to my heater. No, not my heater. It's so cold down here. I heard a sound. I thought my heater was coming on. Hold on, hold on. I'm gonna check to see if I have. If Alexa, turn on heater. Oh, well, that worked. For the moment. If I don't start a fire, I gotta make sure I turn that off though. I don't know. There's definitely something that is possibly amiss. And hopefully I won't I'll be able to actually do my okay. So if I stream for a few minutes tomorrow and say, "Oh, my house burned down last night," it's like, no, let's not joke about that. That's not a cool thing. What's going on with this? Why does this keep resizing itself to tiny? All right. Where were we? Okay, so last I checked, I'm trying to get this to figure out why. Why it's not... Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out why my imports on this page don't work, but they work here. Because it's exactly the same. They both reference the package. They both have space and parentheses. There's no commas between them. This one's working. The gRPC works, which it wasn't working for a moment, but now it is. And now everything seems to be compiled, but why isn't that one working? And then this one has the same problem. I go here and then I click on compare it to this one. See, that one's like all of these don't work, but these two do. They both use package main. All I can figure is maybe I need to go into, because I don't remember running anything in Gateway but maybe I did. What did this say? It's not a case. Compile.proto file is missing. The proto file is already there, so we're good. Go mod tidy. I could try go mod tidy. I don't know what that's gonna do. Go mod tidy. I don't know what that's supposed to accomplish, but it's a thing. Ensure the module for your project is correctly initialized and your import paths aligned with Go module. This will clean up and verify your dependencies. Okay. Compile.proto file missing. I have that. I have the common proto file, and that's compiled. pb.go. Files are in the correct directory. Compile path resolution. Ensure the package path and the option Go package of your .proto file matches the import. Option Go package of your .proto file. GitHub, Taezion, Commons API. Yeah. Stop putting in capitals, Ken. I mean, that's not a thing, but I got to let's go. I think I have to go cd common and then make gen which theoretically works. Why did I even say commons? I'm taking that out too. I'm gonna wreck all kinds of stuff by doing this. Common API still doesn't do anything. Not even sure how that one works now, because oh no, I guess that one works. Okay, so this one goes Taezion common API. Yeah, everything. The only thing capital is the PFFM. GitHub, Taezion, PFFM, Common API. Taezion, PFFM, Common API. Man, I can't pin this down, man. Why? All right, so we've, what is going on? GitHub, Taezion, PFFM, Common. I can't, it just doesn't line up. GitHub, Taezion, PFFM, Common. And this one's just PFFM Common API, but that one works. It's like it's exactly the same. And this one should have the exact same result except it doesn't. Which one's PB? All I can think of is there's something I ran in this folder at a point, or I need to run in this folder. Probably I need to run the same thing I ran for game plan, but he didn't run anything in here that I'm aware of. As far as I know, he didn't run anything in the orders folder. Dang it.
Just go back to the orders. I'm gonna do R.
Oh.
Actually,
Oh, he's error. I don't think that's a thing. I mean, his is compiling though. What is different between his and mine? Oh, I want to so compare his code. I can't do it this way. It's a pain. All right, so what is going on here? It doesn't like Google. It's something to do. Is there a Go mod? Is there anything in Go mod? Require Joho Go.env. Now, do I have that in this one? I don't think it's going to matter. Module. Leagues. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so let's put this in. Require check for upgrades. Upgrade transitive dependency. Upgrade direct dependencies. I don't think this is a thing. Go.env. All right. Well, what's the worst that could happen, right? Put it in here. I don't know if that matters. Yeah, it doesn't appear to have fixed anything. Didn't fix anything, didn't provide anything. I still look, this was like Google Golang org gRPC. It works. Google Golang.org gRPC. It doesn't work. Why? What is different? I mean, it's in the same directory too. I mean, this one is like truly the same. But yet this one doesn't work. What is going on? Too many. Oh. Do I have something weird going on with that? Funk main. What is going on? Is there like spaces maybe? Maybe it's just that it doesn't like that. Maybe I'm doing some weird ordering of things. No, because this one has one that doesn't work and it's above and that one still works. Maybe. Man, I am so stumped.
I've forgotten to add the R init on this service, so let's just create that file. Let's R now, and it should work. There we go.
So he's on the main. Let's see if what are we on? gRPC handle. Okay, so he's got a new gRPC. New gRPC handler. New gRPC handler, gRPC handler, and gRPC register handler.
We get that error there. So this is the cool thing about a Golang interfaces, of course. And now let's go back to the main. I'm going to do gRPC
Let's go back to the main.
or new gRPC.handler, passing the gRPC server, just like so. And now whenever we boot this server, we have a gRPC listening. So let's test this out. I think we can test everything. So let's just go back to the...
Okay, well, I don't think it's going to work, but in fact, I know it's not, because I have things that aren't compiling.
orders. I'm going to do...
Game plan.
R. Actually, I've forgotten to add the R init on this.
Air init. Okay, well, I got an air toml.
Service, so let's just create that file. Let's R now, and it should...
Now what's it going to do? Current directories contain a module that is not one of the workspace modules listed in Go Work. You can add the module to the workspace using Go Work use. Go Work. I think I saw that file. Go, oh, there it is. Go Work. Oh, it's still called Coach something? What is it? Current directory is contained in a module that is not one of the workspace modules listed in Go Work. Oh, is it because it's not the same? Game plan. Common, the explainer, streamer, user account, playbook. Okay, now running. Failed to build. Error. Exit status 1. Running. Is not recognized as an internal or external command. Exit. Alright, so same thing. Building blah blah blah. gRPC handler. Start gRPC. Undefined. Type gRPC server has no field or method server. Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. Hey, look, something compiled itself. This suddenly compiled itself. Okay. Actually, everything compiled itself except some of these started working. Interesting. Which is good, sort of. But I still have an issue here because I have this server, undefined types, has no... are we still working in main.go?
Work.
All right, so on the bottom, if err gRPC server.serve 1, oh, it's L. Did I put a 1 or an L? I can't tell. Nope, that's an L. Okay. It looks like a 1. I don't know what a 1 looks like, but that looks like a 1. Error nil blah blah. Oh, I don't have anything in here. Log.fatal error. Oh, look, it stopped working again. It was fine a second ago. Something went downhill. And is it case sensitive? gRPC. Capital server. Serve. Oh, serve. Oh, look at that. Well, what about this one now? Too many values. So, well, hey, I got one of them to start compiling. And these did fix, so maybe it was the whole getting this, I don't know, airtoml or the work file. One of those things I did appeared to fix things, which is nice. I just got to remember that, because at some point I'm going to do something that's going to go, yeah, you're missing something. I'm going to be like, no, not again. What was it I did? How did I fix it? It doesn't like my gRPC. Too many return values. Have blah, want blah. So I either forgot something or I missed something he did. So now I got to go all the way back and figure out what it is. New gRPC handler. Okay, so we got PB, register game plan, serve service. Service server.
The handler. Now, why is this? Because if you check this interface here, this method, it receives an interface, and this is the interface that we are implementing. If for some reason we change this type here, then the interface does not implement, so we get that error there. So this is the cool thing about a Golang interfaces, of course. And now let's go back to the main. I'm going to do gRPC or new gRPC.handler, passing the gRPC server, just like so. And now whenever we boot this server, we have a gRPC.
Interesting, because
so let's test
did he
this
not
out.
put that
I think
in?
we can test everything. So let's just go back to the
I don't remember that being there.
I'm going to do R, receive the gRPC server, so we need to pass it.
Okay, so return. Okay, so he does have it here. New gRP func, new gRP handler, or ngRPC handler .go. Okay, so yeah, we're in the right place. Did he remove the...
Here instead, not in the handler. And then this is going to be of type gRPC.server. So let's just paste that in. We have that here. Now we need the...
He still got this here.
Then we need the handler. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to create the handler up here.
Oh, yeah. Look at that. He got rid of this. I missed that whole bit. That thing is just gone. That's not even there. So he's not returning anything with that. And look, just like that, we're all compiled. Building, running. I think we're going. I think we've got past that problem. So now, he creates a handler. Instead of returning this handler, he's creating a variable for the handler. And then he's passing that handler into the service server. Well, a lot of parts involved with this. There's a lot of parts involved with microservices.
handler, and I'm gonna pass that in there. And actually, we don't need to return any instance of this. We can just remove that. Now, the reason we have this error here, I see. So this is not the right thing. It's the register order service, and here we pass the handler. Now, why is this? Because if you check this interface here,
Okay, so we got to this. All right,
it
so
receives an interface.
let's see. I'm
And
going to
this
go
is the
Control
interface that
C.
we are implementing.
I just want to type it again,
For some reason, we changed this
just to see if
type
it builds
here,
without.
then the interface does
got
not
build
implement, so we
and
get
running.
that error there.
No
so
errors.
This is the cool
We're
thing
good.
about
We got
the
it.
Golang
Yes!
interfaces, of course.
One
And
thing at
now
a
let's
time,
go
man.
back
One
to
thing
the
at a time.
main.
So now, theoretically, we should be able
I'm
to start
going
testing,
to
right?
do gRPC or
No, we haven't got any
gRPC
endpoints, so I
handler.
don't know how that's going to work
Passing the
yet. but-
gRPC server, just like so. And now, whenever we boot
Okay,
this
so we
server,
should be able to go
have
forward. Now, he's got a pretty
gRPC listening. So let's test this out. I think we can test everything. So let's just go back to the orders. I'm gonna do R. Actually, I've forgotten to add the R init on this service. So let's just create that file. Let's R now, and it should work. There we go. I also want to add some sort of feedback here, so I'm gonna do.
So we're at main.go. What's he doing? So we're in the service.createOrder contact background.
Log.print.
So he's putting this above the error, which is right here. Log.print, probably line. He likes line. It's either line or F. Oops.
F.
Yeah, of course it's F. That's the one. That's the wrong guess.
Could just do print ln here as well.
Oh, he did change it to line. Whatever.
gRPC server started. Adds. Then we put the gRPC address, like so. So let's just do this again. And here we have the server running at localhost 2000.
gRPC service started at localhost 2000. Is that what he's wanting to see?
Yep.
Yep.
And if we go to the gateway, let's test this out. I need to run the gateway as well, and then we need to make a
So we're going. He's trying it out at the gateway as well in a separate terminal window. He's got side-by-side terminal windows going there, man. So now we have dialing game plan service at localhost 2000 and starting HTTP server at 8000. So dialing orders at his is orders. Oh, did I type? Oh, I put okay. Game plan set 2000 and 8000. Oh, his is 8080, but whatever. Oh no, I did 8080 too. I can't read. my 8 is well. They all have slashes through the middle, right? The only difference between an 8 with the slash in the middle is it's squishy. It's like somebody squeezed the 0. But it's still got the same
call
shape.
request to this server. So we can also see that dialing orders at service. So this has been successful. So the gRPC client connected to the server. So let's do the curl request. What I'm going to actually do is I have just opened here my HTTP like Postman program. So
All right, so he's got Postman open. I guess I can go to Postman. I got Postman. let's go see what we got here. We're gonna go. Let's add a new window here. We're gonna go Postman, and we're gonna go blank collection, I guess. And we're gonna go rename this because reasons. And we'll say PFFM Gateway. Oh, well, let's do game plan first. PFFM game plan. Because I'll probably have things I need to do on that one. And he's already got it open, man. He's already got things running. Look at him go. Add a request. Gonna do a post. And it's http://localhost. I think this is under 2000. He's got it set as 8080 there, but I don't think my game plan is running at 2000. Oh, API customers? I have no idea what this is going to do. I don't have. What is it? Oh, wait, maybe he's doing something else.
Well, I have this thing called standard clients. You can install in your VS Code if you want, or you could just use Postman wherever suits you best. So let's try and hit send. So we got 200. Let's see the.
Well, he ran. What is customers? He has. I don't have anything for customers. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's not going to do anything. API customers. Oh, maybe is his application called customers? I don't think that's right, but I don't know what is customers? I don't know what his application's called, but I don't think it's called customers either. I don't remember him ever using the word customers anywhere on this thing. To game plan. So this is not going to do anything. I don't know what I'm doing here. Body and binary raw. None of this. Yeah, I don't know where he's getting customers from. There's nowhere where he even created a customers thing. We have orders, and we had gateway, and we worked on common. There was no customers. I don't know. Is that a table? Oh, I wonder if that's a table thing. I wonder if he's...
The terminal, we have a new order received, and if we hit it again, we can see that we are having clients to server communication. I will just do a log on the orders to see if we are actually receiving the payloads.
He must have created a table or some kind of data
to the
source.
And let's print this.
I wonder if he created a
here.
JSON. Did he create a JSON file that I'm unaware of that has his data source in it? He might have a JSON file that's just his data bits, and I'm pretty sure I don't have that. I'd have to create that.
Actually, I'm gonna do it here. Let's just do a print f. I'm gonna do orders, and then I'm gonna just pass in dots. Actually, I need to do. Let's call this context, and this is gonna be the payload. I'm just gonna call it P for shorts, and then let's do.
So he's doing some stuff to change to get more information back on his call. So we got gRPC handler go, which is right here, and he's changing this. he's going to create objects for these so they have names. He can reference them. Then he's going over here. And I'm not going to call this P for pay. I want it to say payload because for my own edification. Then he's got, I'm going to call game plan %V. I'm not sure what I expect that to say, to be honest. But we're gonna get something. Payload dot user ID. That user ID that I want back? I mean, he doesn't have much on here. He's got items and customer ID.
Just like so.
Oh, he's just returning the whole thing. All right, payload. Just whatever it is. That works. Still doesn't explain to me where he's getting his data from. I'm guessing he must have a data file somewhere because that's the only thing I can figure out. Customers. He's calling customers, and it's probably customer number 2. That's what the 2 is. And then he's just getting, I don't know, some orders back for it.
We should have restarted with the hot preloading. This is awesome. Let's do the request again. And here we see that we got the customer ID too.
So we're at 120.04. We're at 120.04. I'm going to go back to the beginning and see if he actually talks about his data source. Because we did not set up a data source, so he must have a data file or something. Guessing he's using a JSON for his data source. So he's got Mongo Express. Maybe I should install Mongo Express so I can start having some data and start building up a database. I'm pretty sure he must have a...
First, if you're watching this at the time that the course is still in the making, then you can go to my YouTube channel where I have just a bunch of videos on Go that should cover you as well. Now, we're going to use Go 122 Plus, so...
Let's go. You know what? I probably should just get Mongo on here. I'm going to need it. I got to start developing my database. No matter what happens, it has to exist. So, how to install Mongo DB on Windows 11. Probably software, MongoDB. Get started with MongoDB Atlas, new MongoDB. Smart ID from Mongo, Smart Database Tool. How to install MongoDB on Windows. MongoDB is an open source document-oriented document that is designed to store a large scale of data and also allows you to work with that data very efficiently. So it says, okay. Let's sign up with Google. I don't think I've ever had a Mongo database. So I move on into the Mongo world. Yet another new thing. Yes, I'm just going to be like, who needs previous knowledge to design stuff? Ha ha ha. I scoff at previous knowledge. What is your primary goal? Build a project I have in mind. Yep, there you go. How long have you been developing software with Mongo? I've never developed software with Mongo. What programming are you going to use with it? Primarily Go. What type of data will your project use? User activity, customer, catalog, inventory, catalog and inventory. I'm going to have time. What is time series data? I don't even know what that is. Vector embeddings? I don't even know what that is. What are vector embeddings? That's like that's a graphics thing, ain't it? I'm probably gonna be doing that. Streaming data? Will I be streaming data? Nah, I don't think streaming data is like videos and stuff, right? I don't think I need that. Vector embeddings. Catalog and inventory data. Yeah, I'll be doing that. And what else? Location and geospatial data. Do I have any reason for my app to use location-based information? I don't think so. I mean, yeah, well, no plans for it anyway. Will your application include any of the following architectural models? You can choose. Well, mobile, yes. Event-driven, yes. Microservices, yes. And it's, distributed app servers. Serverless function as a service, probably. AI. Oh, I wish I could do some AI. I really want to figure out if there's a way to implement AI on my players. But I don't know if I'm going to be able to get to that. Distributed application servers. No, I don't think I'm going to need that. Server, search engine, not sure. For now, that's good enough. Okay, so configurations. You cannot change the name once the cluster is created. Well, wow. Okay, so we're going to call it wow. You cannot change the name once the cluster is created. That's really like sticking it to you, man. I want free. I do not want 8 cents an hour. Yikes. For learning and exploring. Oh, I really want to do the other one. I want to pay as you go, but I can't afford it. You will be billed hourly. So that could add up really fast, huh? Because what is 8 cents times... Well, after 10 hours, that's 80 cents. So after 20 hours, it's $1.60. So it's about $3 a day, right? No, $2 a day. About $2 a day. That's $60 a month. That's just for having it available. Now, all right, people. I'm gonna have to start adding all these things to my Indiegogo so I can start doing things on actual databases. Dedicated cluster. See, dang it! I want it. Is there no way to do like a Mongo Express by local? Or set up advanced configuration options. So this is actually going to put it on. I just want a free MongoDB development environment. All right, let's see. Let's go ask my buddy. My buddy might not have a clue. How do I set up a free MongoDB local development database? It may not be able to. I may not have that option. Download and install MongoDB. All right. Install MongoDB. Add MongoDB to path. Start the server. Verify installation. Interact with MongoDB. All right, I feel, all right, let's do this. I don't know whatever that other thing is, but maybe once I start getting this up to Amazon, I'm going to have to start considering this stuff. Jeez. Even just developing something costs money. just being in the design phase costs money. $60 a month, man. That's not nothing. That's what? 720 bucks a year? Yikes. 720 bucks a year? my first Indiegogo campaign isn't even going to cover that. So that's going to take miraculousness. And that's like a free development app. Holy moly. All right, well. MongoDB community server download. The community version of our distributed database offers a flexible document data model along with support for ad hoc queries, secondary indexing, and real-time aggregations to provide powerful ways to access and analyze your data. Version, blah, 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 download. Kubernetes operator. Gosh, it's already 9:41. You know, it is so crazy how difficult it is just to get anything done. Time flies so fast. I mean, I did get that stuff compiling, which is good. So my site compiles, my stuff loads up. I just need to have a data source now. And that's kind of like where my next step. I got to start having data stuff. All program features will be installed. Requires most disk space. How much is the most disk space? Run service as a network server user. Run service as a local domain user. Service name MongoDB. All right. Well, that's a service name, so we'll go with it. Click install to begin the installation. 2008 R2 Plus SSL 64-bit. MongoDB Express. What is that? GitHub Mongo Express web-based MongoDB. Is a Node.js Express and Bootstrap 5 project that allows you to connect to multiple Mongo databases in collection view and edit documents and use BSON data types. Learn how to install, configure, and use Mongo Express with screenshots, examples, and Docker instructions. Yep. Okay, so we're going to let that guy install. I don't know how long it's going to take because status is currently nada, like it's not doing anything. Oh yeah, I'm going to probably want to give it permission. That'll speed it up. Close it up. MongoDB server. Wait a minute, I have a MongoDB server? The following applications are using files that need to be updated. Okay. I didn't know I had a MongoDB server. When did I install that? I don't remember installing that. I wonder if the Docker thing installed it. I know nothing about that. So I can't really test mine because I don't have a data source like this guy does, which is annoying, but
common, the gateway. I'm gonna have the kitchen, doing them in order.
So, yeah, he must have a database somewhere because
payments,
he doesn't have any files in here.
Well.
So if he has a data source
have
file.
The Go work file created, and if you check it, here are all of the services that we have created. If you want to add something here, you can just do like the menu, and you don't need to update it anymore, so just do this. The server should have restarted with the hot preloading. This is awesome. Let's do the request again, and here we see that we got the custom ID 2 and the items as we have said here on the payload. So this is pretty.
Oh, okay, so he set up a payload. Oh no, that's just what came out. So he made a call and the payload came back, but I have no idea how that payload works because So he has customer 1 had quantity 2. Oh, why? I don't know what those quantity and 2 and 1 are, but
Pretty much it for the intra-service communication. We're gonna expand this more as the core skills. On the next module, we're gonna implement service discovery, which is gonna be pretty nice because we're gonna encapsulate this layer. We won't have to do this kind of things where we have the address manually here. This is something that I was thinking of doing later into the course, but I decided to make it now so that we don't have to do this every time we want to connect to a gRPC. It's pretty much it for the intra-service communication. We're gonna expand this more as the core skills.
self-made engineer. Well, I think I may be out of his free zone. I'm gonna have to either cough up $14 a month to finish this thing, or I'm gonna have to find somebody else who I'm gonna have to cough up money to, most likely. But until then, yeah, I gotta decide what I'm doing next. Backend Go API full course. I may have to look at that one. Backend Go API full course. What is this one?
Here's how the average man's life would change if he never saw an ad again. Day 1, he would install Pi on his computer without spending a dime because it's 100% free. Day 2, he realizes how clean and clutter-free his browsing experience has been since he got Pi. He doesn't have to deal with annoying cookie pop-ups or targeted ads. Day 3, he can finally binge YouTube and Twitch without interruption because Pi works on every website you visit on Chrome. Day 4, he discovers that when he does see ads, he can get paid to see them. Day 5, his life has improved 1,000 times because of the peace he gets from experiencing an ad-free internet. He decides he never wants to go back to life without Pi and tells all his friends and family to download it. See how Pi can improve your life today.
So Pi is a browser? Oh, it's an ad block.
I love you. I love you.
Another ad. Oh, goody.
Beckett's amazing. He's a miracle child. In the mornings, he'll wake up and he'll roll the shades up and, Dada, it's time to get up. It's a bright, beautiful day.
Heart beats fast, colors and promises. How to be brave? How can I love when I'm afraid?
He started getting dizzy. At the first of the year, he started going, I have to sit down, I'm dizzy, Mommy. He couldn't walk straight. His head was starting to be cocked. A month after his 3rd birthday, he got diagnosed with ATRT brain cancer.
Yikes.
All you can think of is, the kid's not gonna live.
I have died every day waiting for you. Darling, don't be afraid.
What is a skip? Help!
I love you for 1,000
What is a skip?
more.
Families never receive a bill from St. Jude for treatment, travel, housing, or food, so they can focus on helping their child live.
The fact that St. Jude doesn't bill is a godsend. And the fact that we don't have to ask for help here makes things a lot easier to go through what we have to go through with Beckett.
You're really tough.
For just $19 a month, you'll help us continue the life-saving research and treatment these kids need.
My wish is let cancer going.
I will be brave.
Jeez, that's a long commercial. It doesn't even have an ending. It goes on and on. It's just full power and endless commercial.
Standing in front of me.
Can I do this?
So a couple of days ago, I've made a post in the community asking you guys what you guys wanted to see. And gRPC was by far the most voted. So here we are. And honestly, the combo of Go plus gRPC is crazy, because if you want to build efficient and scalable microservices, you should definitely consider adding gRPC to your tool belt. Now, in case you're not familiar with gRPC, it is a performance framework for building remote procedure calls, RPC, and combining that with Golang, which is already a fast compiled language. It really creates the perfect duo, the powerhouse for building
This one I just did.
microservices.
I think this is what I just
This
did.
is really where Golang shines, honestly. When I was researching for this video, I couldn't find no one in the internet doing further than the basic clients to gRPC server that you find .proto. This is going to contain the signature, which is going to act like an interface for the order service.
Oh,
So
well,
the
he's still doing
syntax
orders.
starts with saying what protocol version ID, the custom ID, with everything.
Oh, he
that we
does.
have.
Okay, so here's some data. Order ID, customer ID. He's got his variants. Hey, protobuf. Variant 4, op name, quantity proto 3. He's setting up some kind of a data source, I think. Yeah, see? Oh, no, that's the request. Never mind. That's the common. That's what I already created. Now, unless I misunderstood how this is, services. So if that's what I think. So if services, common, I mean, I guess these could be, no, because he didn't create a customer file here. When he did his thing, there was no customer file. There's not even a customer one here. This is just orders. It's the same thing he did before. So he's doing something somewhere. Huh. All right, so he's got, there's somewhere, he's just creating the orders messages. I already got that installed. I've done all that. I'm just trying to see how he's defining his data. Types, context. Nope, it doesn't have what I'm looking for there. But I have exceeded. He's basically doing what I already just did, I think. Create a gRPC handler. And then he's got gRPC Go, create order. Yeah, he's doing a lot of the same stuff. It's just slightly different situation. gRPC handler. I think it's interesting. I think it's impressive that, I mean, I don't know how long he took to get this mastered, but he's obviously feeding off of previous knowledge when he does some of this stuff. He types it so fast. But I don't know how he's sourcing his data. He must have a back-end database. He probably explains it at some point. I have a Mongo database that I'm pulling all this stuff from. He's doing a gateway in the one I'm working with. Great content, nice pace. 2 remarks. If you are a Windows user, change the make run something to go run dot. You are setting the current path, and then the read more. Thanks for all the content. Just started learning Go. Thanks, buddy. I will try to build this before weekend. Before the weekend. Your videos are super helpful. Very grateful. He's like I said, it's very much just he's a lightning fast, just zip right through it kind of guy, and it does make it difficult. But I'm trying to see what other stuff he's got going here. And there's others. There was a guy who's been I've been learning Go programming. Go. Let's see what I always Go. Go database migrations. There we go. Let's do that one. Does anybody do this? Does anybody do a database? Amazing tool for handling database migrations in Golang. We don't need migrations anymore. Oh, this guy doesn't. This guy hates them. Oh, that's the.
There are only 2 ways to change your database. So, databases are hard. I don't think that's up for debate. What if I told you one of the core pieces of how we've done databases for the last 3 decades now is an anti-pattern and should be avoided? What the hell am I talking about? Migrations, specifically migration files. They are encouraging bad patterns and just setting you up for failure. And I'm going to talk a bit about
why. I haven't used migrations.
So, what is a database migration, specifically a migration file?
Well,
in most systems, things like Active Record in the Ruby world, or even Prisma over in our T3 land, a migration file is a file that's usually named with a timestamp and some key name like added user table, removed username field, renamed whatever.
They're scripts.
And those migration files are actual SQL that is run against your SQL database. So if you have 15 migrations that were made in order over time, one adds a field, one removes a field, one adds a model, one links that model to another model, then one destroys the link. Whenever you set up your database, it's just going to go through each of those migrations and run all of them, one after another, to get your database into the right state. The right state being what the main branch in your code base currently understands is production. Sounds great, but sadly, there's a lot of problems with this model. First off, it only knows as much as is in the Git history for the branch you're currently on. So if you and I are both working on different migrations at the same time, we might end up merging those at different times, but I may have made my migration before you made yours. And since those are different files, they're not going to conflict. And now I have SQL that might do something really stupid that seemed like it was doing something really smart when I wrote it. It is so easy for migrations to fall out of sync, not because they're out of sync in the code, but because they're out of sync in the Git commit merge history and order. And managing all of this is obnoxious. If you haven't dealt with this before, then you're not working with migration files at scale with multiple engineers contributing to the database. Migration files don't work great in Git in 2 ways. First off, as I mentioned before, in parallel, migration files can get messy. And with Git, you already have your version history too. If you theoretically had a file that represented the exact state of your database, and you wanted all of the ways it's changed, that's your Git history. Your Git history is your migration history, if you really want that. But chances are you don't. What you want is a database that is perfectly synchronized with the current state of the code. There are only 2 ways to change your database. On one hand, you can change your database in a way that is fully backwards and forwards compatible and safe to roll out and roll back whenever. Or you can have downtime. There is no in between. Your options are full backwards and forwards compatibility or downtime. What do I mean by this? Let's say we want to rename a field for user. Right now it's name, but we want to change it to full name. If we were to make a migration that changes the field from name to full name, and we apply that change a little bit before our code ships that reads full name, then now there is code in production that expects the field name, which doesn't exist, which will error. Or we can ship the code first, but now it's expecting the field full name, which hasn't been changed in the database yet. A migration that renames a field from name to full name inherently has downtime baked into it. The only way to safely make a change like this is to have two fields. One that has the old name, one that has the new name, in this case full name. And when you have these two different fields inside of your database, you can start writing to the new one, backfill it for the old values, and then, and only then, when you have confirmed that there are no clients that expect the old name still, then you can drop it. But that is 3 SQL queries you have to run, not one for that migration. The first query is one that adds the new field. The second one is one that backfills the old field's value to the new field. And the third one is when you can finally drop that old field. If you're not doing migrations that way, then you have downtime. I'm not saying downtime's inherently bad. I'm saying you have it and should be considered.
I think a
as you
lot
make
of the
decisions.
games I've
when
noticed,
I want to have a database
they
in
do
production
downtime.
that perfectly
It's
matches our
hard.
code and can have changes made to it. We're synchronizing a schema. We're not
gotta be
migrating
able to come
a
up
database.
quickly.
But
I
we
mean,
use
like
a
being
Pen's
down
Planet
for an
scale.
hour is one
Planet
thing,
scale
but
has
being
a
down
branch
for
feature, kind of similar to
multiple hours
branches
is a
in
lot, a
code,
much bigger thing.
where it lets you add and remove fields to a schema, and when you hit merge, it will apply those adds and removes to your main database. By making it just adding and removing of fields and models, they prevent us from making changes that aren't backwards compatible and writing migrations that risk real downtime. Migrations don't have a good story for most of the problems you'll run into when you're building databases. And if you can move away from that model towards a proper backwards and forwards compatible model.
All
where
right,
you
well,
can
it's 10
deploy and
o'clock. I've
revert
hit my
changes
limit for the
with
day. Time
confidence
for me to hit
without
the hay.
problems, then your database will finally start to get a little less
I
scary.
should probably be on
But
my
until
way.
then, every time you make a new
Why
migration
not?
file,
Just keep it going.
you're risking
Nice, just
big
have to slay.
problems because you don't actually know the state of the database underneath that migration.
See, now you got to
Because
pay.
somebody could have
All
sniped
right.
it out from under you, someone could have merged something else before you. And God, please do not automatically run them if you do still use migrations.
I'll be working on this
Because, as
at
I
least
said,
till May. No,
a
I'm
merge
just
won't
gonna
have a
keep going.
conflict,
Hey,
but your
until
SQL
next
might still
time,
be
take it
conflicting.
easy. Bye.